Morning. So we've got some scrapes and we've got some butterflies. This is a principle that comes largely from the marching world. And as you can see, that's a world that I come from as per the 2000 Wamsby World Championship ring that I'm currently wearing. It's not a principle that I've practiced in a long time because I'm mostly a classical player now, but I thought we'd go over it today. So there's a video that I do on double strokes. You can check it out underneath the video. I'll post a link. And also everything in this video will be time index underneath the video. We're going to talk about how to do the scrape and the butterfly. Then we're going to apply it to a variety of different instruments. So the double stroke principle of using the wrist for the first stroke and then the fingers for the second stroke, thereby breaking the hand into two different sections, so that essentially the idea is that you can ideally do double strokes twice as fast as you can do single strokes with the same amount of treble, and end up doing them fairly quickly. The scrape and the butterfly, which is just an extension of the scrape, simply means that you are doing the first stroke on one surface and the second stroke on an adjacent surface. So a scrape outward would be, and a scrape inward would be like that. And you can practice them with both hands. Once you've done that, you can practice outward scrapes. Simply goes an outward with the right, inward with the left, inward with the right, outward with the left. You can practice them on any surfaces you want. Set up some practice pads, set up some rototoms. In this case, I've got a couple of toms from a Yamaha Hipgig Rick Murata signature drum set. I have a Cherry Rosewood snare drum that I put together from various components, and then I have a 12-inch snare drum, also from the Rick Murata drum set. So let's talk about how to do it on some different instruments. We're going to talk about a very practical application on the xylophone eventually, but first we're going to talk about the marimba. And this portion of the video I'd like to dedicate to a gentleman named Ranjit Ranawaya, with whom I went to high school. So Ranjit and I played in the marching drumline together, which did WGI in Las Vegas, and we toured to Australia. And Ranjit came up with this hilarious idea called scrape scales, which is where you would do essentially apply scrapes to practicing your major scales. You can do it with minor scales as well. And obviously, it's going to be the easiest to practice scrapes when you're playing a scale that's all on the same manual, rather than shifting from the natural manual to the accidental manual and back again. So the two easiest scales to practice this with are obviously going to be A harmonic minor and C major. So here's the principle with C major. We do the scrape outward, and then as we go up and faster. It looks like that. And then you can challenge yourself by practicing it in different keys as well. So let's just chromatically move up the instrument. Etc. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major scales with scrape scales. Kind of a silly exercise, but a real chop buster. Really good for your arms. Just don't do it too much. Don't do it till it hurts. Now let's talk about applying it to the xylophone. So there's a Gershwin excerpt, Porgy and Bess Catfish Row, that's obviously very popular, that requires you to go tell that's a real pain in the neck for me to try to just figure out intuitively with stickings. It's best to apply scrapes to it so that you're either doing an inward scrape with the left hand as you play it, or my favorite is to do an outward scrape with the right hand while playing it. Because you can see that now I'm not having to cross over at all. And essentially this is an extension of the paradiddle, where you have the paradiddle as I've said in my paradiddle video, which I will also post a link to underneath this video in the description field, paradiddles are merely an extension of combining singles with doubles, and you can do that in any order you want with any number of singles and any number of doubles together. So in this case, I'm going left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left. And I am actually doing the scrape on the xylophone in order to be able to execute an excerpt. If you want to be really ridiculous, you could even do the scrape on the crotales. But it's probably not going to sound that great. It's not obviously applicable to everything, but you can do it on anything that you want. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.